Hello everyone, Honorable Life here, and today we're going to be doing a Let's Play of Monster Rancher 4. Now, this game was a game that I was introduced at a somewhat young year, kind of young, like at around, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show, I'm going to try to not do that. I'm not going to show that. Sorry, I got lost track. So yeah, so this game I was introduced at a young age, like around 12 and 13, and it was one of these, this was like around the time where, well actually no, I'm now confusing myself. What I'm trying to say is this game used to be a competitor towards two other popular franchises. This one kind of got the short end of the stick since it didn't get as much traction as it got, but it still managed to make some games over the years. This being like, this one being the second to last one before they just stopped doing anything towards it, which is kind of like a bummer. But anyway, this is Monster Rancher 4. The purpose of the game is, like as it says, you pretty much breed and raise monsters, and it's your typical RPG, kind of shares similarities to like Pokemon and Digimon, where it's like it has the battle mechanics like Pokemon in a way, and then it has like the breeding aspects in Digimon in a way, so it kind of has like the best of two worlds in my opinion. But either way, nevertheless, let's just continue on with the story. So yeah, a long time ago, people and monsters lived in harmony, but eventually humans sealed the monsters inside tablets called saucer stones. Today, monsters help humans once again, albeit help in a different form. This is Nettle Kingdom. This country uses the finest techniques available to regenerate monsters from saucer stones. The people are entertained by monster battles, and the breeders who raise the monsters are heroes. The capital of the country is Toggle, a place far from Ruin. That's the name of my town. I think it's pronounced Ruin or Ruin. I'm gonna say Ruin since it sounds more closely to that. A boat from H Island brought you here. And that's how it all started. So yeah, for starters, we're not that protagonist, and we're not her especially. Get your butt out of here, you sneaky little rat. That's us. Youch! What are you doing? What did I do wrong? Why, you have some nerve. Sneaking in and sleeping in a stranger's bed. Don't you play innocent, Winsby. I didn't come here in this stuffy room because I wanted to. Huh? Boy, you really do have a lot of nerve. Excuse me, you two. Huh? Well, what is it? My name is Cesar. I'm from the nearby shrine. If it's okay, I'd like to take care of that boy. Huh? You're a bigwig in this town. Well, good timing. This brat bucking in here. He needs to be thrown into jail, I tell ya. I'll trust you to take care of this. Oh boy, and there she goes. That young girl does have a sharp tongue. Yeah, I bet she scares all the boys away. Well, good night, mister. And he just falls asleep. Oh boy, already asleep, huh? What's this? The boy's bag? Where am I? What? My bag. The saucer stones. Eek! I'm not gonna do a girly scream. Huh? Oh, sorry. Hey, have you seen my bag? Your bag? Don't be alarmed. Your bag and the saucer stones are right here. Did you know this girl worried about you and stayed by your side this whole time? Maybe I think this is in order. This girl, Rio, she's my daughter. Kinda hard to tell. She did that for me? Thanks, Rio. Oh, sure. If I might ask, does this bag mean that you're a student of Elive's school? I was about to say Elvis school. The elite school that trains the top breeders? No, I used to be the student, but I was expelled. Now I see. You couldn't face your parents, so you snuck into the ship. I can't say that I approve of that, I add. No, I don't have any parents. I just had nowhere to go and I just didn't know what to do, so I came here. But I can't help what happened. To be honest, I hardly care about being expelled anymore. I see. I'm sorry I mentioned parents at all. I have an idea. Why don't you work here? I'm looking for somebody to work after some vacant land. You're not doing any good just hanging around, so how about it? You can even raise some monsters. Raise monsters? You mean you let me run a ranch? You just met me and you let me do that? Well, nothing big time, but a ranch nonetheless. Now, I don't know what you did to get expelled, but I'm sure you had your reasons. But there's no point in giving up your dream now. So what it'll be? Let's see. What's your name? Now, this is a default name for the character, Fane. Kinda creative in my opinion, but that's not the name we're going with. So we're gonna go with our name, of course. We can't filter the whole name, so we're just gonna go with the simplified version. We'll go with Aura. Is Aura okay? Aura, my name is Aura. Of course I accept. Thanks, Mr. Cesar. Well, it's settled then. You could use this saucer stone to regenerate monsters. Okay, let's head to the shrine. So yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, so the gimmick here in this one is that you don't catch them, and you don't catch them or you find them in the wild. You pretty much breed them from these saucer stones, which the gimmick was is that you actually use like CDs, like physical CDs that you own. It could be CDs, DVDs, or PS1 games or PS2 games, depending on which game you're playing. This one uses kind of older formats. As long as it's a disc that it could be read, it could read. And we will see an example of how this works. So, let me go. You can regenerate saucer stones in the shrine. Is this your first visit to a real shrine, Aura? This time we'll regenerate from this saucer stone, but if you find any others, bring them over. As long as you have room to raise more monsters, you can regenerate them anytime you like. Now, Aura, let the regeneration begin. So yeah, we have this cool little cutscene. Yeah, this, I always like looking at this. You're eventually gonna see this a lot after like a certain point in the game, especially once we are able to breed our next monster. But that's gonna be a little bit more ahead. So this is your first monster. Okay, let's have you give it a name. Now this is the default name of the monster. That's not what it's called. So I don't know what to name this guy. I never really named the first monster. Let's call him. I'm not gonna call him Rojo. Let me just find this. Rojo, that's a wonderful name. Give it all your love. Now, Rio, take Aura to that empty plot of land. Eh? Oh, yes, father. Come with me. And you see another one of those little monsters. But okay, so we're here. Wow, it's huge and so mysterious. It's just so awesome. Rio? Wait, I hear a voice from over there. Who could it be? Shoot, wait up, I tell ya. Finally caught up. Are you the boy named Aura? Yes, who are you? My name's Yuri. Caesar told me, not Caesar, Cesar. Is it Caesar? I can never read his name right. Told me to come and help you. I work at the item shop, but I always wanted to try being a ranch assistant. So I look forward to working with you, Aura. Let's do some good work together. Sure, Larry. Let's. It's time for me to go home. Hey, Rio. She's gone. Anyway, let's do some hard work. I might not look at it, but I've done my homework. You can count on me. Okay, now she's gonna go with some stuff. I'm gonna actually casually run this over because she just says a lot of like weird. Well, she says a lot of like she like info dumps you, but most of them are kind of like in between the lines. I'll pretty much explain once we're able to control the character. So yeah, so I understood all that. Be careful when you're playing this, you might go into another loop. So yeah, so here's the menu. So this is the gameplay. So as you can see, this is our monster. We have all these like little menus over here. The thing on the right are our status for our monster. The top bar, the red thing, is our focus. Apparently, if it points to the left, it means your monster is focusing. If it points to the right, then it's not gonna do well. If it's not focusing, it won't do well. The green bar in the middle, sorry about the bump, is how tired your monster is. And the one in the middle is your hunger bar for the monster. So yeah, so if you want to look at here, here's some more stats for the monster. This is where the RPG element kicks in. As you can see, there's power for attack, life is HP, intelligence is magic, or a different type of move, which are like special attacks and all that stuff. Accuracy is accuracy, defense is a defense, and speed is speed. Now the difference between this and the other ones I've learned is that apparently defense doesn't reduce the damage of taking attacks. What it does is it makes it so your character has the chance to guard an attack, so basically pretty much block it. And speed does also the same thing, but this one there's a chance where it could dodge it instead of like blocking it, because I don't remember, it's been a long time, I don't remember if there's like any ship damage in here. But yeah, but if you want to reduce the amount of damage you could take, you have to either focus on the POW, which is the power, or the intelligence with an int, basically the red or the green. So the more of those you have, the more likely you won't take damage, as from what I've heard of. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know why they kind of decided to do that. Here, this is your attacks. As you can see, well, we'll explain more of this later. You just look at that. Here are your traits. The elemental stats here on the left, I never really understood how it works. Or here are your traits. As you can see, they give you like extra bonuses. And yeah, here's your record. Your policy is pretty much how well you treat your monsters. Temper is the temper of the monster. Size, like if it could go skinny or fat, there's actually some benefits from that. The likes and dislikes are the likes and dislikes of the monster. So in this case, our monster Rojo likes beef, but dislikes reference within the context in this game. I like these huge books, and they're pretty much treated as gifts. And we'll go more into that later. So yeah. So, Rojo, or the Gary that you get in this game, is actually really good. You can pretty much almost complete most of the game with this one monster alone, since he has a pretty... Oh yeah, I forgot. So, another thing that differentiates from this game from the rest is that the monsters here have lifespans. They actually can age and can die off. Well, in the earlier games they can die off, but here they get retired, and you have to start from scratch with a new one. There's actually a good and a bad reason for that. A good reason is that you can combine the retired monsters later on to make stronger monsters. So, and it's that. The bad thing is that if you were getting really far ahead in the story, and your monster happens to retire, you have to kind of trudge all along back to not to the beginning, but you have to do a lot of backtracking just to catch up to the current story. So yeah, so here this is a schedule. It's pretty much simple. So your monster technically trains per week. And here are the different stats. So this is what it does. And if you press circle, it tells you what it increases and what it decreases. So here it says tiredness and fullness. For the case of Rojo, I want to increase his accuracy and his what's it called? Oh yeah, and his speed, because apparently those are the only ones that are behind. So jump. Now, what this game is trying to teach you is that you can't train your monster the whole week. It will eventually get tired. You have to manage more time, which I think is much more fun. It's not that annoying, and don't worry, the results of the training are quick. It's not like you're gonna do. There's no mini games in it, so I mean there's mini games eventually, but not in this type of training. It's pretty much just click training, and then there you go. So here in this case, you can see the success rate. Those varies depending on how well the monster is. So the better he feels healthy, the healthy the monster, the better the stats. Right now it's not getting a lot of stats because it's at a baby stage. It's kind of hard to tell. They don't really change in much in size and form. The characters will eventually can tell the difference of what's happening. And another thing, oh yeah, forgot, yeah. So here you have free time, and free time you can interact with your monsters. During this period, you can do certain activities. Right now we're going to use praise and scold him since Rojo made a good job. We could praise him for doing a little good job, and you get to see this little kid animations and all that stuff. Adorable. Okay, I'm back. I just realized that I was not recording gameplay audio throughout this whole half section. It's not really much of a big deal. You weren't really missing much in terms of audio. Now you get to actually hear him do this little stuff. So again, continuing on. Yeah, so once you're done interacting with your monster and everything, then you can start, what's you call it? Oh yeah, now you can do your weekend activities. So, give me a second. So yeah, so you have two options right now. You could go to the town, and to next week, the town, you could pretty much, that's right there, go to town. You won't do anything right now since this is the tutorial part. So let's just continue to the next day. And there we go, we get a new character, Cynthia. So hello, I heard that you're going to start a new monster ranch in this area. My name is Cynthia. I do registration for the Toggle Monster Association. Nice to meet you. The association oversees the various ranches. I'm in charge of Toggle. First, register the name of your ranch at the association. Here's how you do it. First, select a symbol for your ranch, then select a name. Then the name of your ranch becomes permanent, so make sure you think of a good one. So, let me see. Yeah, so these are the symbols. These are ones that we could get. We could change from the start, from the beginning, or for the ending. I'm never really good at naming the ranch. It doesn't really do much. Actually, can I... Wait, give me a second. Let me see if I could do this. Let me see if I could, let me see. Ooh, doesn't really fit, but... I'll recall it the subs ranch. Let's see how it... I don't know. Goddammit, okay. Yeah, so I was gonna put in subscribe ranch since it's in YouTube and it's like, what else I'm gonna put? So, I'm just gonna put it subs. No. Wait. Yeah, okay, subs. Then just put a little space here. So there you go. So yeah, we're named the subs ranch, so if you want, and speaking of which, if you enjoyed the video so far, please like and subscribe, and we'll continue on. So yeah, so again, another day, another weekend. You pretty much can't do anything right now, so we're just gonna start the training and then see the results. So again, Garo did a good job. I'm not gonna praise him this time because as you can see here, see that, like I said, policy, like again, I mentioned before, policy talks about how well you treat your monsters, and your best bet, if you want to like get like the most out of your monster, try to put him at normal, because what happens is that if I keep praising him, he becomes, the policy changes from normal to easy, and what happens is that two things can happen. It can make your monster actually kind of a little bit more lazier, or and it won't actually like gain as much stats that it will, and it will become much more difficult to battle with later on. Keeping up the good work, Aura. I brought some treats today. Here, give these snacks to the monsters. On the ranch, you got to retrain your monsters, but you got to look after their health too. Focus, fatigue, fullness, status, you can check all of these stats. The lower right gauge during scheduling. Oh, sorry, I was continuous. During free time, talk to your monsters friendly and care for them as appropriate to their status. And you know, reader rank and range status affect the number of actions you can execute during free time. You notice the small sphere on the lower left during free time? That's the number of actions you can do. Now, there's one sphere, so you can do one thing. Now don't forget to feed your monsters while you're your best Aura. Yeah, so we got some potatoes, mangoes, squid, and a beef. A sick piece of beef. Oh yeah, Another thing I forgot to mention, again, it's one of those things, they're like small little details. There's like a lot of like hidden values here. So if you see on the bottom right, again, with all 3 bars, you see how it says lively. You'll watch it change right now once I do this. See how well it does. Actually did pretty well. Okay, getting some decent stats. So see how it changed to okay? That means 2 things. Either you can see he's almost like really hungry, and so we should feed him. We're just gonna feed him the squid for now. You could tell if your monster likes it just by the reaction, so in this case he liked it, and then how it went back to lively. So what happens is that you have to make sure that your monster is at lively most of the time, because that's where the lifespan affects. Because the more you mistreat your monster, the faster it will retire, or the faster it will age, and that's usually a bad thing. So technically, the average life of a monster in this game is about 4 in-game years, and not most of them. Some of them have variances. Some of them live a little bit more longer than 4 years. Others live less, depending on the monster that you get eventually. And yeah, yawn. Up and at him. Yeah. A visitor. Hee, that right. I'm so glad you met such a fun person, Rojo. Hey, Rio. Oh, there you are. What you up to? Oh, I just dropped by. How she goes. Hey, Rio. She's gone. Hey, Yuri. Do you think I said something wrong? Don't worry. She's always like that. She talks so kindly to monsters, but she doesn't say a word to the villagers. Really? Again, another schedule, and here he's gonna rest. There's not really much here. Resting, all he does is decrease the little green bar, so you'll see it right now. One of the hidden values that I mentioned is stress. So the green bar usually goes for fatigue, but your monster can actually get stressed after a few training things. You can reduce stress from different ways, either giving an item to the monster or praising them every so often. But don't do it too much, because again, it will change the policy from easy to normal. And I'm not saying that it's bad, it's just saying like if you want to like make sure that your monster is at tip-top shape, it's just a nice rule of thumb. So again, we will start with the next weekend and continue on with the story. The moon is so bright tonight, I can't sleep. When I was expelled from school, I thought I lost my shot in my dreams. But now here I am, standing in the middle of this ranch. Under such a beautiful moon, what strange fate. Is that somebody there? We don't get many chances to meet these days, do we? Well, you know, you're welcome to come any time you like. He sure seems like a nice boy. I sure wish I could meet him too. No! If you did that, you'd be in trouble. Just like I am now. I'm sorry. Please don't cry, Rio. Don't worry. I won't do anything rash. Okay, Rio? Rio? No, I'm sorry. Well, I got to go. Rio? Who was she talking to? I couldn't get a good look. And more stuff. More things. Right now, this beginning part is like, again, this is like all tutorial. Like, it's gonna take a while, and once it's kicks off, it'll kick off. Looks like we have a visitor. Oh, it's Cesar. Well, hello, Yuri and Aura. This place is turning into a very fine ranch. You bet it is. I wouldn't settle for anything else. So what brings you here? Well, I figured it's about time for you to start thinking about the competition. Would you like to go and take a look at first? Wow, yeah, of course. I'd love to go. You two are right, Aura? Yeah, sure. I'll bring Rojo along. Well, this sure is exciting. Next is the main event, with the Rune Breeders. And here you see one of the other monsters that you might encounter in the game. This monster is considered a hare, H-A-R-E. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, finally presenting the beautiful thorn rose of Simba, Miss Tay-Tay And her Colorino, that's the name of the monster. Why is she here? If it isn't that kiddo, what the heck are you doing here? What? You even brought a monster? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you're a breeder. Well, well. Is that so? Well, I can see you got the perfect monster for playing in the sandbox. What do you say? Kiahaha! At least you'll get to see my wonderful fighting style. Well, I could give you my signature. At least I could make your trip here worthwhile. Ha 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 ha! I'm giving her like the worst laugh because she's kind of annoying. Ooh, wait, oh, what is wrong with that girl? I'm really getting really impatient with her. Huh? It's Rio. Welcome home. What is it? I see. When you were in town, some girl said something awful about you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I see. But you can't let a mean girl like that get the best of you, okay? Bye. He's gone. Huh? Did I ever tell you Rio about that girl? No. It was as if Rio was talking to Rojo. Now you can go to the Monster Association. So yeah, Monster Association, we'll go there right now. So we have access to these two places. Now we have access to the Shrine and Association. I'm just going to give you a little quick tour. So if you go here in the Monster Association, the road, and here's hello Cynthia. So what you can do, this is a place where you can actually retire, combine, and monsters. So retire means that you freeze these monsters in stasis, and like a weird stasis, and they're technically considered dead in this game. You could also do it early, like I could literally do retire Rojo right now, but there's not really that much of a point. It's better to like retire them once they're like at their point, like I said, the peak of their thing, and then combine. This is pretty much the breeding aspect. You could actually combine two monsters and make a third monster, and then depending on some parameters, the third monster actually will have better starting stats and can learn some moves from their parents. So again, kind of like more like if you're familiar with like Pokemon breeding, it kind of counts like that, but it kind of skips some steps. So yeah, so we go back to Ranch. And then the next place we can now visit is the Shrine. So here, this is a place where you can start raising more monsters. Unfortunately, we can't do anything here. Can we? Yeah, so we can't raise more than one monster at the moment, but we will eventually. So this is where you create from the disc, either physical or physical disc, or like the PS1 and all that stuff. Appraise is where you will get in-game saucer stones. So I'll explain that later once we get into that. But there's nothing, but we can't do anything. So, and another thing I forgot to tell, you can also create monsters from a book. So you get this monster book, and you pretty much get to record every monster that you have raised. It doesn't consider the ones that you encounter later on as monsters that you can raise. As long as and the cool thing is, like, as long as you have that in the book, you don't have to like look for the disc again and then make it. So either way, again, now I think I would conclude for the first episode. So again, I hope you guys had fun. That was a test file. I was just trying to make sure that the game was gonna work. So yeah, so I hope you guys had fun. If you want me to continue on this series, just subscribe and like, ring the bell, and yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you in the next episode. Have fun.